Man, what a day to start off. I'm excited today to be here. Let me begin, first of all, by saying it's an honor and a pleasure to be with all of you today. I often like to say anytime you get up early in the morning on a Saturday to be here to hear me speak, I don't take it for granted. So give yourselves a round of applause for being awesome. So I got like an hour and 5 minutes, and I'm going to move because I feel so excited right now. Real quick, how many of you listen to music when you study? Anybody listen to music when you study? Phenomenal. I love music. I love all genres of music. The reality, I wish I could sing, but I can't. But I try to figure out how can I incorporate music into my presentation. So anyone that heard me speak, you know that I have what I call an invisible keyboard player. And so when I start speaking, the music's going to come on, and it's just my invisible keyboard player because I can't sing, but I can talk, and I've incorporated music into my presentation. Someone say, embrace the music. Awesome. The second thing I want to do really quickly, because I'm ready to take off. I'm fired up right now, if you cannot tell, and I got to calm down. But I just really believe that something significant is going to happen, not just today, but in your future. So what I want you to do is I want you to lean over to someone next to you, look them dead in the eyes, and tell them breakthrough is coming. Breakthrough is coming. I don't know if you really believe that because Fred talked about the door opening and you stepping through. So I want you to look at your other neighbor in the eyes and remind them, say, breakthrough is coming. Now out loud, we're going to say it out loud. Someone say, breakthrough is starting right now. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go, music bin. We're jumping into it. I want to ask a question. How many of you have had an impactful experience here this far? How many of you have been inspired here thus far? Last question. How many of you plan on taking this moment or this experience back to your campus, back to your community to make a difference? Raise your hand. Awesome. Well, give yourselves a round of applause because the reason why I asked you the question. The reason why I asked you that question is because it was literally 10 years ago, and I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was attending a conference. You play the music. I don't know where the music's at, but I need, I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was attending an advisor conference for those that are part of a fraternity and sorority. And I was at this conference, and I left, and I got on the plane. I was coming home for the holiday season, and I was inspired, and I was motivated, and I was excited. I was like, man, I feel so good. I feel so charged. And as I was on the plane, turn down a little bit, I got a vision. And the vision was the Circle of Change Leadership Conference. And the reason I had this vision is because I had a passion, I had a fire, I had a desire to inspire a new generation of leaders to uncover the greatness from within and to go out and make an impact. In essence, I traveled the country. I was speaking, and I would go to different communities, and I would go to different states, and it was clear to me that we needed greater leadership. It was clear to me that we needed people to step up and be the change that they wish to see in the world. And I realized that sometimes it's good when you have the seasoned generation, but when you study movements, they've always started with the younger generation. When you look at movements throughout history, when you look at people that have done incredible things, there's always been a connection to the younger generation. And so when I created Circle of Change, the idea was that we can ignite a fire, ignite a flame for people to go out there and make an impact. Someone say impact. Now here's the reality. The reality is I was excited and I was motivated, but as I began the journey, fear started to creep in, and uncertainty began to creep in, and doubt began to creep in, and I began to ask myself, can I really do what is on the inside of me to do? I don't know if you've ever been there before, but you've been excited, you have the idea, you have the dream, and then fear creeps in, and then doubt creeps in, and then unbelief creeps in, and then this level of uncertainty, is it really going to happen? And it began to creep in. And then it even got harder because as I began to pursue and push through, then I had to deal with rejection, and I had to deal with failure, and I had to deal with pain, and I had to deal with frustration. It was as if I was excited and I was motivated and I was getting ready to go, and I already dealt with some internal fears, but now it got worse, and now I had to deal with rejection, and I had to deal with people talking, and I had to deal with irritation, I had to deal with just all kinds of stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? I was at a point, do I really want to go forward? Because if I go forward, it seems like the more I go forward, the worse it gets. I don't know if you've ever been there before. It's like I'm already battling some internal challenges, but the more I go, the more challenging it becomes. This is where I was, but thankfully, because of my resilience and because of my passion and because of my desire to make an impact in the world and the fire that was on the inside, I can stand here today and say 10 years later that we have the 10th annual Circle of Change Leadership Conference, and thousands of people have been impacted, and we're still making a change in the world because I made up in my mind that fear, that doubt, that challenge, that failure, that rejection, that people that get on my last nerves were not going to stop me from doing what I was called to do. They weren't going to stop me from doing what I was called to do. And this is so important to understand because the journey's not even about you. It's not even about you. I know you're being empowered. I know you're being inspired, but guess what? It's not about you. It's about the people that are connected to you being the leader you're supposed to be. And see, when I think about leadership, someone say leadership. When I think about leadership, I think about people that have a heart to serve. I think about people that lead with love. I think about people that are compassionate. I think about people that care. I think about people that will go the extra mile to make a difference in other people's lives. Someone say leadership. See, leaders are servant leaders. Leaders understand it's not about the title. It's not about the position. It's about serving people. The higher you go, the more problems you're called to solve. The higher you go, the more stress you have because the more responsibility you have. The higher you go, the more sacrifices you have to make because you're in a position of leadership. Someone say leadership. So the question is, how much challenge can you endure? How much can you endure? My friend, Dr. Samuel Chan says this. He said, leadership is pain. Because the bigger the impact, the more pain you have to endure. The greater the global impact, the greater pain, the greater challenge, the greater pressure, the greater stress you have to endure. And so the question is, how much can you endure? Because I found that not only got to be a servant, but I got to be able to endure. What does that mean? I got to be able to eradicate the challenges that try to hold me down. I got to be able to overcome the situations. I got to be able to persevere. I got to understand that rejection is direction to something better. I got to understand that no matter how great the challenge is, I have the power to overcome. In essence, at the end of the day, I don't run from challenges. I step up and I address them. I address the challenges. I address the problems. Because that's what leadership is about. It's not only about serving others, but it's about being that person that said, I'll be the one that's going to overcome the challenges. I'll be the one that will solve problems in society that no one else can solve. I'll be the one that's going to step out there and say what needs to be said when other people don't want to say nothing. Are you still here? So I love this quote by Colin Powell. He says, and I quote, watch what he says, leadership is solving problems. Watch it. The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you have stopped leading them. The day they stop bringing problems is the day you stop leading them. Why is he saying that? Because leaders solve problems. Because leaders address issues. Because leaders make a difference. Someone say make a difference. And he says when they stop, they either have lost confidence that you can help or concluded that you do not care. Either case is the failure of leadership. Do people know you care? Do people know you want the best for them? This is the question when it comes to leadership. Because when we deal with leadership, it's twofold. I have a heart to serve, but then I have an ability to be resilient and overcome every challenge that stands between me and making an impact in the lives of other people. And you say, Josh, why are you saying all this? Because it leads me into my purpose. Someone say purpose. My purpose today is to give you 4 questions. Someone say 4 questions. I'm going to give you 4 questions that I believe you have to respond to if you're going to overcome, if you're going to eradicate, if you're going to get past all the challenges that are trying to stop you from making an impact in the people you're called to serve. Because what I realize is this. I realize that you're going to come here and you're going to be motivated and you're going to be empowered and you're going to be excited. And like, I'm ready to do something. But someone's going home to a serious situation. What you gonna do? Are you ready for the battle? Some of you are going home to school and to pressure. What you gonna do? Are you ready for the challenge? Some of you, 6 months down the line, it's gonna hit. What you gonna do? Are you ready for the challenge? Some of you are gonna go to campuses and you're gonna feel all by yourself and no one's gonna be there. The question is, what you gonna do? Some of you are gonna be trying to figure out how am I gonna pay this bill? What you gonna do? Some of you are gonna be stressed out. Oh, I can't take it no more. This is getting on my last nerve. This boss is the worst boss in the world. I just can't stand him. I would rather walk away from this job than stay here. What you gonna do? My question is, what you about to do? Are you prepared for the battle? Are you prepared to win? Because D.L. Colley made it very clear. All I do is, I want to know, are you prepared? Because what I've discovered is leaders and change agents are prepared for the battle. They're prepared to deal with the challenges. They're prepared to deal with what is coming ahead. See, this is what I understand. I can tell you how awesome it has been for 10 years. I can tell you how incredible it's been for 10 years. But what I want to share with you today is there's been some challenges, there's been some roadblocks, there's been some obstacles, there's been some pain, there's been numerous times where I was ready to throw in the towel and say, you know what, I can't do it no more. I got too much going on, but I was prepared for the battle. So I stand here today because I was prepared for the battle. And so every step is preparing you for the battle. So why am I giving you this message today? Because ultimately what I'm telling you is greatness is on your horizon. Ultimately what I'm telling you is there's some great things that are in your future. Ultimately what I'm telling you is you're getting ready to make a great impact in the world. But in order to make that great impact, you got to be prepared. Someone say prepare. You got to be prepared. Someone say prepare. You got to be prepared for the battle. Someone say the battle. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? If you're prepared, give someone a high five and say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. First question. Before I get into my first question, I want to do an activity. I do this everywhere that I go. It's one of my favorite ones. It's what I call my appreciation activity. Now, I'm going to give you some time to think for a moment because I want 3 to 4 people in the audience to start thinking about people you've met throughout these last few days, or maybe that came here with you. And I want you to ask yourself the question, what do you appreciate about that person? What do you appreciate about that person? I want you to think about it because I'm going to have someone raise their hand, and you're going to give them a shout out right here, right now. What do you appreciate about that person? So the first person, who would like to stand up first? Who would like to stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up? What's your name?
Gianni.
Hi, Gianni.
Hi. The person I appreciate is Tiffany. Like, I met her. She goes to my school. I met her coming to the trip, and she was, like, really open, and it felt like I knew her, like, forever, but I just met her for a day. So, Tiffany, wherever you are.
Give Tiffany a round of applause. Awesome. Next person, stand on up. What's your name?
Ali.
Ali. What's up, Ali?
I want to appreciate Maxwell. I knew him for about like almost 4 years. Uh-huh. We always argue. We are not on the same topic. Like, we argue, but I know he got my back, and wow. I will always support him, and he always supports me. So yeah.
He's dependable. Come on, round of applause. Awesome. We got one up here, Chame.
Okay, I met a girl yesterday, and she's from Virginia. Vardos, are you here? Is she here? Oh, Nardos, there we go. Hi. People like her that are so open to making new friendships are the reason why we're going to have change in this world. So I wanted to say I appreciate you.
Awesome. 2 more people. Here we go. You get my mic.
Well, since we're here right now, I want to appreciate a great friend of mine that's Adriana. She's standing right here. I've known this girl since all of high school. She's been such a great friend. She helped me through life. She helped me through everything, kept me smiling. She's like, always call herself the Mexican mom. Mexican mom. We went through theater. She helped me improve for my acting. She helped me improve for anything, and I appreciate her. Love you to death. Thank you, Adriana.
Wow, wonderful, awesome. Stand up, here you go.
Hello. So, who here turned in a scholarship application this morning? Did you see that lovely, sweet lady that was like, oh, you turned it in here, right here, sweetheart? Did you see her with the short hair? Her name is Ilaria Pesco. And sometimes the greatest leaders are the ones that step back and really organize things. And she wears so many hats. And at CSU Bakersfield, she's the reason why our student government is so strong. And so I want to thank her so much for all of her leadership. If you see her later today, the nice lady with the short hair, please give her a high five. Please give her a hug because she's amazing.
Awesome. One more person. One more. Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm Pishtana, and I want to thank my advisor, Deborah Knowles, for her being here and supporting the group. Even though that she was sick, she had really been strong, and I've seen her in a couple of days, and she's staying here with us, supporting us, and I really appreciate her. Thank you.
Awesome. One more. We have a guy over here. Last one, and we're going to move on. I mean, I can tell stories all day, but yeah.
So I'm looking for a place to chill for lunch yesterday, and I sat next to Douglas. It's Douglas here at all. Yes. Thank you so much, Douglas, for opening my eyes and sharing your story. It was probably one of the most impactful 10-minute conversations I've ever had. So thank you for being a leader. Gonna go far, open eyes, just like mine.
Awesome. Give a round of applause. Question, why do you do this? Number one, I believe in appreciation. I believe Mother Teresa said, and I quote, she said, there's more hunger in the world for love and appreciation than there is for bread. And so it's important as leaders that we consistently appreciate, we consistently lift up, and we empower. But even more so, the reason why I did the activity is because it leads me to my first question. And my first question is this: are you aware of your greatness? What do you mean? Are you aware, number one, of your seeds of greatness? What is your abilities, your passion, your personality, your intelligence, your spiritual aptitude? All that are seeds of greatness. Someone say greatness. And then the other thing I want to know is, are you aware of your experience? You know the challenges you overcame to get here? You know the challenges you overcame to get into school? You know the challenges you overcame when you were 5, when you were 10, when you were 15? Are you aware of the greatness that you are able to accomplish based on your ability to overcome some of your challenges? Do you know there's people that would not be able to endure what you were able to endure? Do you know there's people that if you shared your story right now would start bawling in tears? Because some of you in the room right now have faced some situations that are so horrendous that if you came up here on stage and you begin to share the story, people would be bawling in tears. Do you remember your greatness? Because I suggest to you that the challenge was a sign of your greatness. I suggest to you that every negative experience that you had was just a precursor to your success. I suggest to you that that pain that may even hurt you in this room right now is a precursor to changing lives. And today you want to make the shift. Someone said a shift. You want to shift. I'm not going to be negative no more. I'm shifting it because it's all working to my good. I'm not going to be caught up being unforgiving. I'm shifting because it's all working to my good. Are you aware of your greatness and the seeds of greatness on the inside? Because all of that is what enables us to make an impact in the world. All of that is what enables us to overcome challenges. Your past experiences fuel you for your future challenges. Your greatness empowers you for your future challenges. You say, Joshua, why do you say that? I say that because what I have discovered is I have discovered that sometimes we fail, sometimes we give up, sometimes we stay stuck, sometimes we procrastinate, sometimes we stop moving forward because we do one mistake. We forget who we are. You forgot who you was. You're great. Oh, see, can I feel you? Let me make it. You're great. See, now some of you are looking at me, but there's someone in the audience, I got to say it like 3 times. You're great. You're great. You're great. Because what I am doing is I am systematically with my mouth breaking down the walls and the discouragement that tries to make you believe that you're not great. But you're great. You're awesome. And you're amazing. And you have to remember that. Because when you face the challenge, it's you reminding yourself who you are that gives you the ability to stand up. It's one of the reasons I love The Lion King. Because remember Simba? He goes to see his father, and his father says, Simba, remember who you are. Because at this point, Simba's a punk. He's punking out. He is. I'm not trying to be rude, but he is. You got this lion. You got this power. You come from this lineage. You come from this generation. How dare you give up? You know your cultural background? Some of y'all come from Africa. Some of you come from South America. Some of you come from Asia. Some of you come from a history and a heritage of men and women that have overcome. Why are you giving up? I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud that I come from Africa because I come from a generation that is powerful, that can overcome anything. Went through slavery, went through challenges, went through blood, sweat, and tears, but I still shall rise. I'm sorry, I get pumped up because so many times when we deal with our cultural background, we can become like, oh, I don't know if I want to show that. I don't know if I want to be real about myself. You better show who you are because your heritage is your power. Your bloodline is your power. My wife's from Colombia. She's Colombiano. There's a heritage in my wife. There's a heritage in my son. He's Colombian and black. So not only have Africa, but he has South America. And his people have progressed. And his people have done things. And he got to remember who he is. Do you remember who you are? Do you remember that history? Do you remember where you come from? Do you remember that you come from kings and queens? You don't come from ratchet, you come from kings and queens. Let's tweet that. You don't come from ratchet, you come from kings and queens. Kings, stand up. Queens, stand up. Are y'all still here? Are y'all still here? Oh, stand on up. Yeah, stand up. Kings, stand up. You're a king. Oh, you be sitting there, I was just talking outside. But that's good. That's good. You're a king and a queen. And you got to remember who you are. Because so many times, it's our inability to remember who we are that causes us to have what I call imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough to be in the room. I'm not good enough to be on the campus. I'm not good enough to lead. I mean, honestly, I went through so many challenges. I tried to figure out how to make top ramen taste like steak. I'm the first in my family going to college. That means I have no guidance. I have no direction. And why am I tripping out? You've done enough right there. There's people that got money. There's people that got all this millions behind them. You just came from the hood and you done stepped on a college campus. You ain't got no direction. You don't know nobody. Ain't like, am I really supposed to be here? Yes, you are. That's why you're there, because you overcame the challenges. You did some stuff that other people could not do. Why are you giving up in class? I feel this thing, man. You should be the last to drop out because you didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth. You had some challenges to get to where you are. You better remember who you are. Remember where you came from. I came from a single parent household. When I was 10, I had to raise myself. I had to start cooking dinners by myself. I remember who I am. When I started out to pursue my career, I didn't have no money. My credit was bad. I built a speaking business with no loan, with no credit card, with bad credit, living from house to house, trying to figure it out. But here I am today. I got a story to tell. So why am I going to give up when I look back at my history? When I look back at what I've come from? I think the problem today is we are forgetting our history. Uh-oh, Tish is going to get in this one. Have you ever done some history classes on where you come from? Have you ever understood that maybe what's on television is not a good representation of where you come from? Because so many times what's on television is eradicating the very greatness that's on the inside of you. This ain't a picture of what you are. Lazy, not intelligent, whatever else kind of stuff they try to say. No, I come from kings and queens. I come from a heritage that built pyramids in Egypt. Mm-hmm. I come from a heritage that my people, we were facing all these challenges and they wrote us off, but we rose. Not only we rose, we came to a country where they tried to put us in slavery, but we put a person in the White House. Oh, tell me about I will rise. Someone say, I will rise. So why are you holding back, baby? You got to rise. You come from a heritage. You say, Josh, well, how are you saying this? But because I want to be very 100 with you. I remember 10 years ago when I was speaking, I spoke for 10 years. I was a national speaker, and I was speaking all across the country, and I was having people say, I was impacted, and I was inspired, and you changed my life, and I'm so excited. But yet, I still doubted myself. I would get on stage. Are they going to like me? Are they going to be impacted? Are they going to feel I'm good enough? Am I going to bring value? 10 years I've been successful. 10 years I've been speaking. 10 years I'm changing lives. Testimony after testimony. New emails after emails. Books after books. But still, am I good enough? I don't know if you've ever been there before. I mean, my track record says I'm good. But I forgot my track record. And because I forgot my track record, I started to have low self-esteem. I started to have low confidence. I started to doubt myself. I said, am I really supposed to be here? Am I really going to provide value? Is this really going to help people? And I had all these thoughts that were going through my mind. Why? Because I forgot to remind myself who I am. But I got a revelation. I'm going to say a revelation. I got a revelation. I got to take time to remind myself who I am. I got to look in the mirror and say, you're awesome and you're great. I got to take these testimonies and read the testimonials. I got to go back to my history and say, you came through this, and you came through this, and you came through this. Your parents were divorced when you were 3 years of age. Your mother had to work long hours, and you were walking down the street by yourself. You had to figure it out by yourself. You didn't have no one telling you that you got to get your homework. You didn't have no after-school club. You were there by yourself. Your mother was working, but what you did there built in you a tenacity to be an entrepreneur, a tenacity not to give up, a tenacity to be responsible, a tenacity to be self-sustaining. So thank you for what I came through, because it got me to where I am today. But if I don't remember my past, I start sinking. I start giving up. I start settling for less. Some of you settle for less because you don't realize you're a queen or a king. Some of you settle for less even in your career because you don't understand you're not just called to have a job, you're called to build a company. Are you still here? Now that messes some people up here because you never thought about it like that. But you come from a heritage of people building companies. You come from a heritage of people building communities. You come from a heritage of people figuring out how to use what was around them to make good and to make an impact in the world. Someone say, remember who you are. You gotta remember who you are. And so this is what I'm going to do, because this is a moment. Someone say a moment. I want you to get out your cell phones. If you can get out your cell phones right now. Get out your cell phones. Everyone has their cell phones. Yeah, you got your cell phone. Oh, my goodness. Wow, what time? I want you to put it on video and look at yourself. Because you're going to remind yourself who you are. And you're going to record yourself. And you're going to repeat after me. So you're going to take this home with you. So when it gets to that challenging experience, you remember who you are. Are you ready? Y'all got your phones out? Okay, repeat after me. When I say go, you ready? I'm going to hit it now. Start recording now. Here we go. Say, self, I want you to know you're amazing, you're awesome, and you're incredible. You're destined to succeed. You're destined to change the world. You will overcome every circumstance, every challenge, and every obstacle that tries to stop you. Your life will be incredible. Nothing will stop you. No one will stop you. You will reach high levels. You're destined to succeed. You're destined to make an impact. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're outstanding. You're incredible. Go out there, change the world, and be who you were destined to be. Give yourself a round of applause. That's your reminder. Save it on your phone. Keep it in your phone. So 6 months down the line, when you start to feel a certain type of way, pull that phone up. Remember who you are. Y'all still with me? Give someone a high five and say, next one. I went long. I only got 30 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get through this. Y'all still with me? Watch this. The second question I want to ask you, oh my gosh, we're going to figure it out. I got 30 minutes, so 10 minutes, it's okay. Second question I want to ask you is, are you intentionally leading and living with the right habits? The right habits. Now, again, there's a lot of habits that we can talk about, but I'm going to talk about 3. Someone say 3. Number 1, do you have the right attitude? Attitude is altitude. Attitude is perspective. Attitude understands that failure is a preparation for success. Attitude understands that every challenge is working for my good. Attitude understands that if I can shift my attitude, I can shift my life. So my question is, are you waking up with a good attitude? When you wake up in the morning, what do you tell yourself? Today's going to be a great day. That's what Raven said. Today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be amazing. It's going to be outstanding. I have a positive. Number 2, do you have the right vision? Do you have the right focus? Do you have the right direction? Are you seeing where you're going? Are you seeing where you're at? Because in this journey of leadership, it can get lonely. It can get dark. You can be ready to throw in the towel. But the question is, what do you see? Do you see the dark or do you see the light that's ahead? The question is, do you see your present state or do you see your future state? Today, my bank account says 0. Tomorrow, it may say $100,000. What do you see? Let's say it again. Today, it says 0. Tomorrow, it may say $100,000. What do you see? Okay. Today, I'm in pain. Tomorrow, I'll be in joy. What do you see? Today, I'm a college student trying to figure it out, but tomorrow I'm an executive. What do you see? It's a habit. It's not something you just come up with a vision. You got to look at that thing every single day. I envision this. I envision this. I envision this. I envision this. Someone say habits. The third thing that I ask yourself is your language. What do you say? Your words create your reality. Your words create your destiny. You become what you say. You say, how do you know that? Because when you listen to music, I don't know if you ever listened to a song and it was all negative, and you didn't like the song, but you listen to enough, you start liking the song. Anybody know what I'm talking about? The same is true with life. If you keep saying it over and over and over enough, you'll start internalizing it. So what are you going to internalize? You're going to internalize the positive? Someone say positive. So you got to remind yourself, I'm great, I'm amazing, I'm outstanding, I'm incredible, I'm awesome, I am wonderful. I know my situation is crazy, but I'm awesome. I know I failed, but I'm awesome. I know I've been rejected, I'm awesome. I know they hated on me, but I'm still awesome. I know you got an opinion about me, but I'm still awesome. Don't let others dictate your future with their words. You dictate your future with your words. We allow ourselves to be defined by what other people say versus what you say. You have control of your life based on your habits. What are your habits? That's why I love this quote by my good friend Dr. Rob Carpenter. He says, your habits will trump genius every day of the week. Your habits will trump genius. You can be smart but have bad habits and not reach your fullest potential. You can have a 4.0 but have bad habits and fail to reach your fullest potential. It's the habits. It's the disciplines. What are you doing every day to make sure you have the right attitude? What are you doing every day to make sure I have the right vision? What are you doing every day to make sure I'm saying the right thing? And I'm going to be honest with you. Some people will make you say the right thing, wrong things. They give you that attitude. They'll offend you. They'll call you out your name. And next thing you know, you telling them off. And you're saying this, and you saying this, and you just upset. You came with a good day, you saw that person, and they done mess your whole day up. You talking about them, you talking about how irritated you are, you're mad, you're disgusted. Don't let them dictate your future. If they give you an attitude, bye-bye, I'm keep on moving. You gotta learn how to just say bye-bye to the negative people. Bye-bye, negative people. Your issue's not about to affect me because hurt people, and your hurt and your pain is not about to affect me. I'm having a good day. Are you still here? See, because some of you are going to go back to community, some of you are going to go back to your job, and there's some people there right now that are irritating you. What you going to do when you go back? Are they going to affect your attitude? Are they going to affect what you say? Are they going to affect how you see yourself? They're going to tell you you're nothing. No, you're wrong. I know who I am. I have a vision of my future. Some of you may go into a household. Again, understand you're in college, so I understand I had to sleep on the floor sometimes. I had some moments when I was in college. And you're going to go home, you're going to be looking at your home, and you're like, man, I went to that conference, but I'm right here right now. What you going to tell yourself? This is temporary. It's temporary. I'm going to speak. I'm going to change the whole atmosphere of my room. I feel this is for someone right now. You got to change your whole room. When you get home, go change your room. You're thinking too negative in your room. Start putting up pictures of where you're going. Start putting, I see myself here. I see myself here. So when you look at your, oh no, I see that. I see that. I see that. Now it's going to be tough. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be tough and it's going to be hard and there's going to be a process. But if you tell yourself enough, I'm a living witness that one day you'll be exactly where you plan to be. That's why God, he said, and I quote, watch God, he says, watch your thoughts become your words become your action become your habits become your character becomes your destiny is correlated to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. What are you thinking? What are you saying? And how are you acting? Oh, I feel something about to hit this out. Can you just touch someone and say, breakthrough is coming, breakthrough is coming, breakthrough is coming? Could you touch the other person and say, breakthrough is coming, breakthrough is coming, breakthrough is coming? You say, Josh, why are you? I'm saying it because I know if you apply this stuff, your whole life will shift. Your whole life will shift. Someone say shift. You say, how do you know? I used to work on the Wayne Brady show. 2004, that is Beyonce. I was actually working that show. I have a whole nother story about my interaction with Beyonce. By the way, you know, I have a whole discussion about that. Jay-Z got to it before I did, and so that's what happened. But let's go. I'm on the Wayne Brady show. I'm a production assistant. I'm working the job. I'm doing what I need to do. We find out in February that the show has been canceled. When the show has been canceled, as you know, if you're working in production, people are sad, people are upset. But I made up in my mind that I'm not going to be upset. I mean, I'm sad, but I'm not going to be upset. Say why? Well, because I understand that one closed door is a setup for an open door. Number two, I understand that my final destination wasn't a production assistant. My final destination was doing what I'm doing today. So in reality, I needed that door to close at some moment because it was a sign that something else is on the horizon. So I'm not going to stress myself out because I knew it was temporary. And I knew that I was going to something new. Why am I stressing out at the temporary closed door? You're getting set up for something great. So because of my attitude and my vision and my language, I'm happy. Why are you so happy? Because I knew this wasn't my final destination. And then the manager gets mad and he fires me. Unjust. I'm firing you. Hold up. I have a good attitude. I'm being encouraging when it's a sad moment. I have life to bring to people because I have a revelation that's going to transform their life. They're going to understand it's a setup for something better. But you're going to fire me. You know, that's what sometimes people do. They fire the blessing in their midst. They fire the voice in their midst. They're so hurt that they can't even hear the blessing that's trying to talk to them. So much in pain, so discouraged that I'm missing the voice that's saying there's something better, there's something bigger. You just have to listen. Someone say, listen. But I'm fired. And I go home that day, and I could have done a lot of things. I could have cussed them out. I could have sent an email, let them know how I feel. But I said attitude, vision, and language. Number one, you got to have a positive attitude. What does a positive attitude mean? It means that I'm not going to respond in a negative way. I'm going to respond to who I am. I'm a good person. I walk in love. I'm walking in love no matter what. You're not going to dictate how I am. You're not going to get me out of my character. I know there's a future, so I'm not stressing. So I get home, and I start to email. And I said, I want to thank y'all so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so thankful to meet all you amazing people. You've been so incredible to me. I'm so grateful for the experience. Now, again, I'm upset. I'm hurt. I'm frustrated because I was fired unjust. Maybe I could have played the race card. I don't know. But I'm upset right now. But I write them back. I'm like, it's okay. Because I learned that my love is powerful, more powerful than evil, hate, and unjust things that come my way. If I could just stay in love. Someone say stay in love. I stayed in love. I said it's going to work out. And I send the email. The next morning, didn't get a call. Like, is this Joshua? Yeah. It's the executive in charge. He says, I have 3 things to tell you. I said, what are your 3 things? He said, the first thing I want to tell you is I apologize for what happened to you. We got the email yesterday, and nobody knew that you had been fired. And people were in uproar because they said, why are you firing someone that has such good character? See, your character speaks louder than your words. And the way you act will demystify what people say about you. There are some people that have tried to put you down. There are some people that have lied on you. There are some people that have tried to cut you off. You look straight up and have a dignified mindset. You have character. You keep doing the right thing because your character will fight your battle. Are y'all still here? They said, we will apologize for firing you. And then they said, number two, we want to let you know that we want to give you your job back. I said, what? Yeah, we want to give you your job back because you should never have been fired. We want you to get your job back. We want to bring you back. And I was like, well, do I really want this job? I need money. I took the job. Listen. And the third thing said, we talked to this person and we have dealt with them. You will never experience that ever again. I get my job back. I appear on the Wayne Brady show. When I had my first book, I'm on national television. Remember I told you the closer you get, the more challenges come your way? See, success knew it was on the horizon. And so there's evil in the world that's trying to get me out of my position because they know that once I get there, oh, what's about to happen? And evil will use any kind of person to try to get you to act the wrong way, but it couldn't stop me because I stayed the right way. Are y'all still here? And then I had my job, but I'm not done yet. You know the day that I was fired? The day that I was fired, I was online looking for a new job, and I applied for this thing called Monster DLP. Monster DLP was a speaking conference that went on all across the country through the summers. The day I got fired was the day that I applied for the job. When the show ended, I started on this new job. And not only did I start on the new job, this is where my whole launch speaking career began to come. This is where I met Tish and a variety of other people. It was if life was telling me, I got to cut you off for a minute, take you through this pain to set you up for the next level that you're about to go to. But someone say, catch the message. But if you don't respond the right way, you'll miss it. Because that day that I was off, what would have happened if I would have just sat there eating bonbons on the couch being all mad at myself? What would have happened if I never sent the email back? I would have never applied. I would have never had the opportunity. If I didn't respond the right way with the right attitude, I missed out on destiny. Oh, I feel this. What if you missed out on because you responded the wrong way? Someone take today. Someone say shift. Someone say shift. Someone say shift. Today I respond the right way. Oh, yes, say today I respond the right way. Today I respond the right way. Now catch this. Now someone's in the room right now like, I feel like I'm in church. I know. I do preach, by the way. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So if you ever go to church, there's always what they call this prophetic word. Are y'all still with me? And I'm not pushing my religion on you, but I'm just saying it's just my inclusion, okay? There's this prophetic word. Someone say prophetic word. And there's a word that is insightful of your future. Are y'all still with me? What I am telling you is that if you activate what I've just told you, there are opportunities that are waiting for you on the other side. Because so many times we allow people, situations, and challenges that cause us to respond the wrong way and miss out on the greatest moments of our lives. So today, I'm living with the right habits. Someone say habits. Someone say habits. Give someone a high five, say habits. Now give yourself a round of applause. I feel it, y'all. I'm so pumped right now. But let me go to my quick question. Who inspires you? Who inspires you? Tommy, I need a mic because we're getting ready to get some. I need 4 people. I want to know who inspires you. Stand up. Who inspires you? I'm coming to you right now. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Who inspires you?
My grandmother. She's 83 years old. She works every day of her life, and she hasn't stopped since she was 10 years old. She's a strong working woman, the hardest working woman I've ever known in my entire life, and she's the one I think about every day. I'm gonna call her as soon as I get to the hotel tonight.
Round of applause. Up here. This wasn't in my plans. You got a phone on you? Call grandma right now. Let's call her right now. She up? Let's call her. Let's see if she's up. Oh, there's no cell. Okay. We'll do that. Give her an applause. Round of applause. I was ready to have him call her. I haven't got you. You stand up. Yep.
my grandmother, Josefina Mendoza Flores. She is currently in Mexico. She just got out of a surgery, and she inspires me because she has lost 5 children when they were infants, and so right now she's like, we call her the cat lady because she currently, like, she should have died like so many times, like 9 times already. So it's a miracle that she's still here and she's still fighting through everything that she's going through.
So she's a fighter.
She is a fighter. Una guerrera.
Round of applause. 2 more people. Here we go, son.
This is gonna sound a little egotistical, but I inspire myself.
Come on. Give a round of applause. Yes. And tell us why.
I'm from West Milford, New Jersey, and there they teach you to go into a trade, and I did heroin for 4 years.
Wow.
I dropped everything to go to Arizona and become a photographer.
Wow. Yes. Right here, John. Oh man, there's so many. I don't know what to do. Okay.
One person that inspires me the most is my mother. She works 2 jobs. She starts at 8 a.m. and she comes back 9 p.m. I rarely get to see her every day, but just recently, now since I'm in college, I always drive to go pick her up to at least get a chance to see her before and say, how is your day? I love you. I love you so much. I love her today. I'm gonna go call her after this too. And she's not working right now, but she's gonna work probably about 3 o'clock later on. But I'm proud of her every day to do what we can for our family, to make sure we have a roof on our heads, to make sure we have food. And I know one day, hopefully get scholarships, hopefully get a great job to my career, to be a game designer, to show people that everybody can be accepted and to know that their journey through a simulator is not just a video game, but something to learn from life. And that's what I'm gonna try to do in my career, and thank my mother for that.
Awesome, round of applause. I gotta go, I have 15 minutes. Give everyone a round of applause. I got 15 minutes, that's where I'm going, but I'm gonna try to move really quickly. My third question is, who's your board of directors? Who are your mentors, your peer mentors, your friends, your colleagues that help you, that support you, that keep you accountable? See, one of the things I've discovered is relationships are everything. There's a study there's people that say your relationship is your currency. So the people you surround yourself with determines your currency because relationships matter. Someone say they matter. When you look on the board, there's a variety of different studies. You'll find that relationships affect you as far as how you feel. They affect you as far as your physical, your spiritual. They affect your finances. Your relationships affect everything. I've realized in life that one of the greatest things that can determine where I'm at is who you surround yourself with. Because relationships is not only in currency, but they say you're the average of the 5 people in your life. Les Brown says, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. One student said, success is not determined by the leader, but it's by who the leader surrounds himself with. My question is, who's your relationship? Who are you connected to? Because what I've discovered is your relationships are the game changer. These are some of my best friends. He'll be here later. Lonnie will be here later today. But we were in Denver, Colorado. We were having a discussion. It was barbecue. It was Memorial Day weekend. And we were having a discussion about life. And there's this woman. She was considered executive of the year at IBM. And when she was executive of the year, we had a conversation. I said, well, what was the key? And she said, the key is all in your hands. I said, what, it's all in my hands? What do you mean? She said, yes, the key is in your hands. I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, I have selected 5 friends at the beginning of the year. This is my circle. As Kevin said, my circle of influence. And they invested in me and I invested in them. And she said, the reason why I was executive of the year was not because I was special, but I surrounded myself with the right people. I had the right mentors. I had the right peer mentors. I had the right friends. I had the right relationship partners. In essence, my circle determined my success. Question, who's in your circle? Who's in your circle? Who are you connected to? Who are you doing life with? Because no matter how awesome you are, we all need someone to help us. We all need someone to strengthen us. We all need someone to support us. I gotta be really honest. Can I be really honest with you today? I was driving here today. She didn't know I was gonna say this, but I had Judy in the car, and we were driving here. Tommy And I'm a firm believer in prayer. I'm unapologetic about it, so, this is who I am. And we started praying in the car as we were coming here, and Judy, I didn't even know, she starts praying. And she starts praying over my life. And she said all this stuff, and I'm sitting here like, wow. I said, I need you close to me, because I need people praying for me. I need someone praying for me. It's a good thing to have someone praying for you. My belief, I'm not pushing on you, my belief, I believe in prayer, and I believe prayer changes things. And she changed some things in me today. She fired me up today. Because what she did not know is in my notes last night, I said shift. When she was praying, she said there's going to be a shift. And I said, wow, you're exactly what I was writing down, and we didn't even have a conversation. And I'm big enough to understand that when I see two things come a certain way, it's a sign for me. Someone say shift. There's a shift. There's a shift in your thinking. There's a shift in your life. There's a shift in how you deal with challenges. But even more importantly, there's going to be a shift in your friends. Someone say a shift. Because there's some people you have to take out of your life. You're going to have to cut some people off. You're going to have to get that cell phone out and cut them out. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just what it is. Because they can't handle where you're going. They're actually going to be more of a detriment than actually a blessing where you're going. Because they're going to try to hold you back from your destiny. They're going to try to talk you out. You don't got to do all that. You ain't got to go to that conference. Why are you going to school? Why are you trying to get an education? Why you want a master's degree? Why don't you just stay right here? Why are you trying to start your own business? You ain't all that. And then we just have some people just around us. You have professors on campuses that tell you, you ain't good enough. You're not this. You're not that. How you know? Because when I started school, they told me I had to take a remedial English class. And then I had a professor that told me, he said, you're not good enough to write. You'll never get a master's. You'll never get a doctorate. But little did he know, he didn't know who he was talking to. He was talking to a person that was destined to get a master's degree, destined to get a doctorate, and destined to write 5 books. So what you said was irrelevant to who I was, and I had to get you dismissed out of my life really quickly because you're not speaking to my future. You're speaking to what you think my future is. And remember, you don't determine my destiny. I determine my destiny. So my question is, who's in your life? I put this up. Quality relationships. Number 1, quality relationships elevate you. The right people elevate you. You're going to elevate this weekend because you're around the right people. Someone say, oh yeah. The right relationships make you better. Tish makes me better. Me and Tish are like brother and sister, Bonnie and Clyde. Here we go. Tish will let me know, Josh, that outfit is tacky. Take it off. She makes me better. She'll say, Josh, your diction wasn't the way she may tell me that you're too loud. I don't know. But Tish will make me better. They make you stronger. Whew. They make me stronger. They help me grow. Here's one. They won't let me settle for less. Have you ever been in a relationship and you brought someone home and your parents had that side eye? Or your friend had that side eye? Why? Because they knew what you were trying to bring to the table was less than what you deserve. Good friends don't let you settle for less. They see greatness in you. They see stuff in you you don't even see in yourself. Y'all still with me? They appreciate you. They value you. You're not just another number to them. You matter. They care about you. They care about who you are. I know. They want the best for you. Someone say the best. And they have an impact on your purpose. Can I say something? I had the vision, but because of the people, the leadership coaches, the MCs, and the team, that's why this purpose is here today. It's not about me. It's about a collective group of people coming together and making an impact in the world. My question to you is, who are your relationships? Who are you connected to? You can connect with people in this room, and you can be able to connect with panelists and speakers. Someone say, build the board. Build the dream team. Because understand who you surround yourself with has an impact on your life. Could you look at someone in the eyes and tell them you deserve the best? Could you tell someone else, say, you deserve the best? Now give yourself a round of applause. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to try my best. Someone says he's going to try his best. But I can't leave without this. The last question is this. Have you created a set of passionate reasons why that are bigger than your challenge? Have you created a set of passionate reasons why you're doing something that's bigger than your challenge? I'll make it very clear. Is your desire to graduate bigger than the challenges you'll face? Is your desire to provide for your family bigger than the challenges you'll face? Is your desire to succeed bigger than the challenges you're going to face? Are the people that are hurting today bigger than the challenges you're going to face? Because I'm going to tell you, the challenges are coming, the obstacles are coming, but if you have something in you that's bigger, that's more powerful, your why, your passion, reason why, you can't give up. And so many times we give up because we forget our why. Someone say, my why. What's the passion or reason why you're doing what you're doing? Because this is what studies said. It said, if your why is not big enough, you'll make excuses. You know why we're making excuses? Your why is not big enough. You're not passionate enough. When your why is big enough, you'll figure out the how. Wait a minute, what does that mean? I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to get there. I see greatness. I have no idea. I have no skills. I've never had this experience before, but I'm going to get there because my why. Someone say why. What's your why? Because your why empowers you through your toughest moments. Your why empowers you through your toughest moments. Someone say your why. Say, Josh, why do you share this story? Because, again, we're here at the 10-year anniversary. Someone say 10-year anniversary. I give you this picture. This is 10 years ago. But what a lot of people don't understand, because I share this story every so often, but I want to share it today because what they didn't know was in November 7th, 2010. And when we started this conference, we started this vision, we only had 7 people registered. And we had 30 days left. And I was like, should I give up? Should I throw in the towel? Do I give up on circular change? Because it really looks real bad right now. Had a conference call with my board of directors. Not my real board, but a board when you're doing an organization. And we're having a conversation. And we're having a conversation. One of the seasoned members comes and said, I think you should cancel. They said, I think you should cancel. And Lonnie, you walked to the, can y'all give it for Lonnie McGowan? Lonnie, raise your hand. Oh, I'll put you on the spot. Now watch this. This is so significant. For him to walk in, that is one of my best friends. November 7th, he was the person I called. He could tell you about it. 7 people signed up. I called Lonnie McGowan. I said, Lonnie, there's only 7 people. They told me I want to give up. I said, Lonnie, I'm not giving up. I got to have faith. I got to believe. And Lonnie's like, yeah. He's agreeing with me, right? You got to have faith. And I get off the phone with him, and I started to activate. I started to speak and say the right things. I started to remember who I am. I started to connect with people that were supportive and that believed in me. And literally about 2 weeks before the event, we got an unexpected $10,000 grant. The numbers went from 7 to about 100, 125 people. And on December 4, 2010, the Circle of Change Leadership Conference was launched. And the reason it was launched is because there was a greater why on the inside of me than the challenges that came about to try to stop me from making an impact in your life. And it's continued because I remembered who I was, because I understood that I had to have the habits of an attitude, a vision, and speak the right things. I had the right people, and my why was bigger than the challenge. And we stand here today, 10 years later, because I refuse to say no, because I refuse to give up, because I refuse to let challenges stop me, not from things that benefit me, but the things that benefit you. So here's the question. Someone said a question. The question is, what are you going to do when the challenges come your way? That's the question. What are you going to do? You know what I believe? I believe you're going to overcome. I believe you're going to persevere. I believe you're going to become everything you were supposed to be because you understand, I know who I am. You understand that I got to have a positive attitude. You understand that I got to speak the right words. You understand I got to have a picture of my future. You understand that I'm going to connect with people here today. I'm going to form my board of directors. I'm going to form my relationships. And my why, someone say my why. My why is greater than any challenge that comes my way. I will overcome. I will rise. Nothing can stop me. If you agree, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Give yourself a round of applause.